All right, let's just get right into it. If you've ever used NotebookLM to sort through your research or study notes, you know the feeling. It's an amazing tool for structuring your thoughts, right? But then you ask it to visualize that information and, well, it's just kind of flat. You end up with these uninspired blocks of text that don't really do your ideas justice.
So look at this. On the left is probably what you're getting right now, a text-heavy, kind of boring mind map. On the right, that's what you're going to be able to build. And let's be clear, we're not just making a prettier picture here. We're building a smarter, better learning tool. The difference is, it's night and day. And the method to get there is actually way simpler than you'd think once you see the blueprint behind it.
And blueprint is the perfect word for it. Getting these kinds of amazing results isn't some happy accident or a secret trick. The top creators are using a very deliberate architecture. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and reverse engineer that exact blueprint, piece by piece.
It all kicks off with something called the problem-solution loop. You see, the most successful videos about this don't just jump into a how-to. First, they connect with a frustration you already have, a problem you know really well, and then they promise you this clear, awesome solution. It's an incredibly powerful way to make you feel understood and get you leaning in, waiting for the answer. So let's talk about that first move, architecting the perfect hook. Those first few seconds are everything. These opening lines are designed to grab your attention, make you nod and say, yep, that's me, and promise that a solution isn't just possible, it's right around the corner. Take this first hook. What's so brilliant about it is how direct it is. It's basically saying, hey, I get it. I see your exact problem. By immediately validating that feeling, that the default stuff just isn't good enough, the creator builds instant trust and dangles this promise of a super quick, high-value upgrade. Now, this next one has a slightly softer touch, doesn't it? It's more relatable. It acknowledges that NotebookLM is great for getting organized. It's not knocking the tool. But then it pivots so smoothly from this is good to we can make it so much better. It's a really smart way to respect how you already work while offering a massive improvement. And I love this last example just for its simplicity. It cuts right to the heart of what every visual learner is thinking. Enough with the walls of text, just show me some pictures. It's plain, simple language that connects instantly with anyone who's ever felt buried in their own notes. Okay, so you've got them hooked. Awesome. But how do you keep them from clicking away after that first minute? This is where we shift from the hook to the actual architecture of the tutorial. It's all about engineering a structure that keeps delivering value and makes it impossible to look away. You'll notice the best tutorials follow a super clear step-by-step roadmap, just like this one. It's not a bunch of abstract theory. It's a practical, click here, then type this kind of walkthrough. This lets you follow along in real time, making it feel less like a lecture and more like a hands-on workshop. And that builds a ton of trust and keeps you locked in. But even with a great structure, our minds can start to wander. That's why smart creators use this really cool psychological tool to keep you focused. It's called Pattern Interrupt. It's basically a technique to jolt your brain and reset your attention by breaking a rhythm you've settled into. And in these walkthroughs, creators use it masterfully. Just as you're getting used to the look and feel of the NotebookLM interface, bam, they switch you over to Google Gemini. All of a sudden, there are new colors, new buttons. It's a little shock to the system that forces your brain to re-engage and pay close attention again. Every creator knows this moment. The mid-video dip. It's that point in the middle where your viewer's attention is most likely to just fall off a cliff. They get the basics, but they're not at the big payoff yet. So how do the best of the best get you over that hump? They hit you with a surprise. They escalate the value. Right when you think you've seen the main trike, they reveal an advanced feature you totally weren't expecting. Like, they'll suddenly show you how to turn that mind math into a fully interactive, clickable HTML file. It's this huge burst of extra value that reignites your interest and carries you all the way to the finish line. And that little trick brings us to maybe the single most important insight in this whole breakdown. It's the hidden opportunity that most tutorials are completely missing, and it requires a big shift in how you think about what you're actually creating. So we have to ask a really critical question here. Are we going through all this effort just to make a prettier picture? Because if that's the end goal, we're solving one problem but creating another. We all know AI image generators can be terrible with text. They create typos and weird spellings that you can't fix inside a static image file. So just getting a pretty picture isn't enough. And here it is. This is the light bulb moment. Gemini Canvas is not an image generator. It is a software generator.
This is the massive missed opportunity. While everybody else is busy exporting static PNG files with potential mistakes baked in, the real power is a Canvas can write code, HTML, React, to build you a dynamic, editable tool that runs in your browser.
So this is where we leave all the other tutorials in the dust. We're going to shift our entire mindset away from making passive graphics and toward building an active, living engine that actually helps you learn. This isn't just a new workflow, it's a whole new way of thinking. Let's just call it what it is, a living study engine. It's not a finished product you just look at. It's a tool that can grow and change with you as you dig deeper into a subject. It's the beginning of your own personalized learning environment. So what does a living study engine actually do? Well, it means you can build an interactive map where you can literally click on the text and fix any AI typos on the fly. It means you can program it so that clicking on a node reveals hidden flashcards or deeper notes. You could even build in a way to track your progress. And you can export the whole thing as its own little custom web app. And that right there is the ultimate payoff. When you follow this blueprint, you haven't just made another graphic. You have built a custom application, a piece of software tailored perfectly to you. This completely changes the game. You're no longer just someone writing prompts. You're a workflow architect, designing systems for learning.
Which leaves us with one final and really exciting question. Now that you know how to build interactive tools instead of just static images, what will you build? What complex idea will you make simple?